So how are you feeling coming off this panel?
I'm just glad it's over.
Was it like hanging over your head for a while?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it went kind of how I expected it to go.
How does it feel to get booed?
You know, it feels great. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, it feels awesome when a room of people do it.
Yeah, it gives you a little dose of reality.
Yeah.
Lack of a better term. Really sort of keeps you grounded. I don't know.
It's a weird thing to be publicly shamed. You know, I was guilty by association or however they want to frame it, but it was very bizarre. At times I could appreciate the absurdity of it, but other times it was like very sad and kind of terrifying. Our DMs, oh my God. We're going to go back and look at our old DMs one of these days. Yeah.
Wow, the manic text DMs I've gotten.
Yeah.
Was there ever a thought about you not returning this season?
Yeah, definitely.
Did it take any convincing, or why did you want to do it?
I think as time went on, when I get to times where I find life like really hard to deal with, I think it's good to like challenge yourself, do what's hard. You know what I mean? That's why like Special Forces was so important for me to do. It was really, really hard. I toyed with the idea of doing a podcast. I never wanted to do it, but putting that together, putting that out there, getting on stage like a week after this shit all happened and like facing this, not drinking, all those things, you know, like.
You had your moment where you curled up in a little ball and cried, though, right?
Many moments.
Yeah.
Moments.
No, I gotta give him. He really put a lot of work into himself, and he hasn't drank for 6 months. Which might not sound like a big deal to most people, but our whole lives revolve around the bar business. You know what I mean? So it's tough to break that habit.
I can't remember since maybe I was a teenager the last time I've gone a week without drinking. Yeah. So.
Do you think you're better than me?
No.
What was it like seeing Ariana today?
I mean, she looked good. Yeah.
She's killing it on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, go ahead.
Katie burned me.
Did she burn you?
I don't look like a couch.
New.
I know.
Are you and Katie in a good place?
Yeah, actually, we were a rough patch for a long time. You'll see some of it this season, but right now I feel like we're great, cordial, happy to see each other, but very clear about the boundaries. By the way, we're not getting back together. There's been things all over the internet.
You're not?
Yeah. You heard it here first. We are never, ever getting back together.
I know that we came off a really intense panel yesterday.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after it?
Oh, great. We got the hard stuff out of the way early. That was like the first thing we had to do.
I mean, it only gets better from here. So, like at first I was kind of like, this is like, we're just like hit the ground running. But now it's like, oh, well, now it's like, it's behind us.
now.
We get to just like hang and meet people, talk to you.
We saw like a really intense clip from the show too. Can you kind of give us a little bit of context about what was going on in that conversation that you had with Tom and like about the dog and things like that? It was very like hard to watch.
Just reckless, careless behavior.
I think the people were confused because they thought it had to do with Charlotte.
No, not Charlotte. Maya. Yeah, just reckless, careless stuff. Nothing new. Nothing that's like out of the ordinary, but yeah, I mean, obviously emotions are heightened and yeah, that's all.
I think on the panel, it was said that Scheana was hanging out with Tom last night, and I know that you have conversations with her about that this season. What was your reaction to that?
To
Scheana like hanging out with Tom this weekend.
Oh.
Does that cause a divide in the friend group at all?
Girl, I love you, but like, why do you keep making these weird choices? It's just weird choices to make. Like, I check with her sometimes, like, I'm like, do you feel like you're like on the wrong side of things often? And she's like, and I'm like, okay, well, it's good that you know, so you can like correct that. But then she doesn't correct it, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
yes.
What do you think, Ariana?
I mean, honestly, no, I agree. I mean, it's weird, and I don't know. It seems, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to tell somebody, like, what to do or how to.
I will.
So I love you.
They don't have to listen, but, like, I just do the smart thing.
It just seems like it's all, I don't know. But it just seems like it's not a difficult thing to do.
Unless you want to.
Unless you want to, but then
So-
you have to also be prepared that people are going to think it's weird. That's the thing. So
I know that we came off a really intense panel yesterday, but you did defend Sandoval a little bit. Why did you decide to do that?
I just felt like it was like enough. I don't know that it was really directly for Sandoval. It was just like, we can't keep doing this, you know? Like, we've got to move on at some point. And I didn't feel like the punishment is fitting the crime any longer. It's like we've all got to move on in some way. And we had a fantastic season 11. It'll look very different, but it'll still be amazing. I just felt the need. It was like the question that came in for him was so rude. And then the booing, it was like, honestly, if I were him, I'd be chugging up my middle fingers and telling you to kick rocks.
Totally.
In a different way than that, though. Yes.
That. Yesterday was an intense panel.
Yeah.
What was kind of the vibe like after it, G?
The vibe was pretty intense after, you know. I don't think Sandoval had too much fun up there. I was having a great time. But yeah, it was an intense panel. And after, you know, honestly, I will say, though, he did handle things well, you know, considering how loud the booing was. But we all got through it, and I did think there was some funny parts, you know. I feel like the push-up challenge really broke the ice a bit.
Yeah. What did you think of Lala kind of defending him a little bit?
I like it. You know, Lala's been a voice of reason. I think you'll see that a bit this season. Yeah.
Does your stance on Sandoval still stay the same?
You know, now that Lala's kind of like doing that bridge, I'm kind of like still like cooking some rocks under it. Like, let's break that bridge down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, no. But I'll let her do it for me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you know, there was some like rumors going around that Ariana was hanging out in Sandoval's like hotel room last
not
night.
Ariana,
Oh,
but
not Ariana. Oh my
a
God.
couple others.
Sheena.
I was like,
Sheena, yes, no.
story.
Let me say it again. There was rumors that Sheena was hanging out in the hotel room.
Right. I mean, I don't think she's trying to hide anything. At that point, there's people. We're all at BravoCon. There's cameras around. There's people hanging out. So, yeah. I mean, own it. Yeah.
How's Hippie doing?
Oh,
He
he's
is
so good.
amazing.
Yeah,
How you
he's
say?
so great. I love him. He's so happy. We have a yard, you know, so he just is so at home, and he's been a great boy. He's so good.
It's good to see you. You look beautiful. Thank you. How does it feel coming off that panel?
It was a lot. I mean, just walking out, like, they literally took the roof off. I think so many people have been so invested in Vanderpump Rules, and, you know, yeah, the fans are incredible. They really are. Yeah. And thank you also for running that story on Us in Us Magazine about me defending Bravo and NBC, because it's true. It's true. I'm just fed up with all this negativity against them. They've done wonderful things for wonderful people.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think the agenda is behind that?
I don't know. I think a lot of people that are talking and sniping aren't on television right now. But we're surely pitching shows just, you know, a few weeks prior to this. You know, I think there's been a lot of negativity. Look, I'm always going to tell it how it is. You know, when Bethany's on her podcast saying that Raquel got paid like an intern, that's not true. She was on her 5th season. She got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Bethany goes on again, says it's a lie. What is it designed to make Bravo look bad? It's not true. Now, I'm not going to say anything. I'm a businesswoman. I'm not going to say anything unless I can back it up. Okay? Get that?
And you do. What did you think about Tom getting booed multiple times?
I felt that it was difficult for him. That's why I've kind of often stood up for him, not for what he did. I don't condone that in any shape or form. But I saw a fan at the end, you know, when she said, hey, he's still human. I think we tend to forget that. We look at people on television like they're characters and forget that, of course, he screwed up. He doesn't answer the question correctly. When she said, what would you have done differently? I said, the answer is, Tom, all of it. You know, that's what you should have said. But he'll say, well, you know, that's not what people want to hear. They want to say, I'm a bloody idiot. I take full responsibility and I'm sorry. I can stand him. Please forgive me. I mean, yeah.
Have you noticed a change in him at all?
Oh, he's definitely more subdued than he was. But he's still kind of emphatic about some things. You know, there he is right now. I mean, the biggest change I've noticed in him is he's wearing a skirt today. How tone deaf can you be? Why would you go out into a crowd, a contentious crowd, in a skirt? Why wouldn't you go out looking dapper and debonair? But you know what? I love them all, but they don't listen to me some of the time. When they need me, they listen to me. If they don't need me, they don't.
Do you think that he should move out of the house?
You cannot deny one thing she asked you.
Do you think that he should move out?
I think that they should get that situation sorted as soon as possible, and I think it might be the gallant thing to do, but they've also put a lot of money into it. I think they need to resolve that, but you're going to see that on the show as well. I mean, I would have kicked Ken's ass out of there like this. Locks would have been changed, bam, 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 you know. But, you know, it's up to them, collectively, how they handle it, isn't it? They were kind of like, you'll see it. It's very strange.
There's some splits going on in Beverly Hills. Obviously, Kyle and Mauricio, I know you spoke out about that. But PK and Derick, there's some rumors that their marriage isn't so great at the moment. Did you ever notice any cracks in that foundation at all?
On the record, I haven't heard much about that. And I don't ever really believe rumors, because I think all marriages go through a little bit of that, you know, because sometimes I've been married 41 years. Sometimes I've wanted to kill Ken, you know. I'm often kind of honest about it. They go, oh, you know, what's that being married? I go, fucking difficult, you know, it is. But, you know, we've had a very strong marriage, but I just don't invest too much in rumors. You know, in the restaurant business, you hear something from everybody literally every day. But, you know, with Kyle and Mauricio, I mean, I don't have a great relationship with her. I've been honest about that. You know, when somebody calls you a liar, it's hard to kind of come back from that when they don't take it back. But I have empathy for it. They've got a family and beautiful girls, you know.
Can I just ask you one more thing really quick? Can you respond to this ridiculous story that Kristen Dowdy said that Pandora has a fake British accent?
No, she has a fake American accent.
Oh, yes, but she has a fake accent.
She went to school in France, so she speaks French, and she was born in England. But that's the kind of nonsense Kristen Doty says, you know. I used to say to her, why are you putting on an American accent? You know, sometimes when she would be with her friends in college, and she'd say, well, just to fit in. So, no, she's authentically British, and she has a British accent. But it's up to her. But that just validates what a load of drivel comes out of Kristen Doty's mouth. Okay.